she's a street cop.
Now,
Is there something I can't do as commanding officer?
I'm not here to say what you.
right. Now, with unusual hairlines, right? If one side is thicker, right, than the other, it don't mean the hair is necessarily receding. See, this is another example. And this gentleman, I think his name is Jimmy something, right? His first full name, right? But anyway, I don't know. His hair is a little thicker on one side, it looks like, than the other, right? It don't mean it's going bald, though. Even at, and he's an older actor around my age, too, maybe a little bit older, right? Jimmy Smits, right? Alright, Now, they might have a description of him and tell you more about him, right? Nope. Only one person looks like, right? Amanda Warren, right? And no cast or crew information, right? Oops. Well, anyway. Now, of course, I can look him up online or something, right? But, okay, some people are bald, right? There's an example. And shave it bald like The Rock. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if The Rock, like I told you, wore a wig in Hercules, it's no big deal, Rock, right? But we know, again, it's a wig. Right. But there again, he's playing a Greek god, right? So you understand, right? Now, he looks like he's an older gentleman, and again, right? Right? That dude there, right? Don't know who he is, but his hair looks like it's, again, thicker on one side than the other, but he's not necessarily going bald, right? Though that's a little bit, some would call that a comb over or something, right? Exactly. But I don't know his name, right? Or his age, right? But we all deal with different things from different sides of the family. Say the thicker side is the Lee side, and the not as thicker side is the Lancaster side. I don't know. Just kidding. Alright, So half the DNA is from the male, the father, right? And the other half from the mother. And again, two become one flesh. Here's Shane. 9 months later, 52 years after that, 53 years after that. I'm here, right? Right. Now, right. Now, his looks a little, problematic, right? For him, not to judge it, right? Like I said, right? Everybody has different hair. And we've seen him on other shows before, but he's still a known actor, and it ain't about the hair. It's about the acting, right? There too, right? Now, I'm just being a disabled veteran teaching how I learned to do impersonations from home, right? Ain't that what I told you from the start? Yes, it is. I'm not trying to get into Hollywood. I don't even know how to get a manager or an agent, and I told you all that crap too, right? Not trying to either. I told you before, I'm not trying to get on SNL, even though I can do things similar to Jimmy Fallon, right? I don't even know how to do that process, right? I don't even know how I can handle the work schedule anyway. No. But he used to be on several good shows. I forget which one specifically. I think The Practice, maybe, or one of those, right? One of those lawyer shows, right? And I forget his name off the top of my head, but I've seen him before, right? And yes, he has what would be called not as great hairline, right? But his acting skills are phenomenal. You take something you're given, right? And you can't do nothing about it. And you work with it. That's what being a good actor's all about. Anyway. That's why The Rock would have to wear a wig to play Hercules. He's a Greek god. And Hercules is rumored to have long hair, right? No problem if you're doing that action hero, right? And it's not wrong, I know, to do so. Mm-hmm. And it don't make The Rock look like, a woman. You can't mistake him for that. You can't say fag dude looks like a lady to him. Just because he got a wig on and has long hair to play Hercules, right? Well, they must have been doing the Mr. Tyler. A little bit. Why do you think he wrote the song? Right. I know. But like I said, we're all different. We're all similar. We're from one source, being, the seed of Eden. Right? And we're all born after that huge mistake, right? But that's why someone from heaven came and died to cover our sins and try to get us to a certain point, Peter. I don't know who I'm talking to now, but I'm talking to the spirit of Peter even, right? Who do you think really was in control of writing that until John wrote Revelations, and then he's going in a slightly more revelatory way there, right? He's telling you more about what the real problem is. Mm-hmm. And it starts in Isaiah 29. Read the whole chapter and you might get it. What he's saying is being sealed. The scriptures themselves. If Moses says this about premarital sex, if a man lie with an unbetrothed virgin, right, and they had sex, right, he shall ask her father's hand in marriage, right, and he has the choice to allow the marriage or refuse it, and if he refuses it, he pays the girl's dowry, right? And then he can't be with her either, right? In olden times, right? Now, we're saved by grace, Christians, through faith, not of what? Works. Least any man should boast. Now, what does it mean to have premarital sex? Well, that depends on the times you're living in, too, right? Now, if a government sets up, these are the rules to be legally married, right? For that government, that's what you gotta get to be legally married, right? But guess what they did in old times? They arranged marriages, right? Well, we're dating totally differently to that. Now, the Bible ain't calling this immorality. You are. To have premarital sex, right? You're judging it as immorality. Right. And when it really is allowing for it, right? It says, if you do it, try to marry the girl, ask her father's hand in marriage. If he refuses, pay her dowry. And that's the end of the matter, too, right? Because you took her virginity, and she's also viewed as the father's property. And the money is so he can marry her to another dude if he wants to, right? I know. Mm-hmm. And it's like with Dinah and Shechem as well. Now, he was a prince, right? Among his people, too. That's the problem, right? And his father was the king. And the way they settled the matter was a debt, right? And they had to circumcise themselves, right? But when all the men circumcised themselves, Levi and Simeon got a band of men and killed them all. And that's cruel. That's cruel. That's why Moses and even Jacob frowned on that. Right? He's the father, not you. Right? You're the brother. Now, when the brother steps in for the role of the father, even if the father's out the picture, that's going too far. That's going way too far. That ain't your job, brother. I know what he means. I know. And that's the problem too. Some brothers get so overprotective of their sisters, they want to act like they're the father and they're not, right? If the father's out the picture, the girl alone can decide if she's of age. I know. That means what? 18 and older, 18 and older. No. Now, if I can't legally marry her, right, and she knows that without the money, and I ain't got no money for a wedding, I'm barely scraping by every month just to go out to the movies a little bit, right? Once a week, or, a couple times a week, right? Or whatever. Now, if someone wants to marry me, right, and we have premarital sex, what does that mean? We're both trying to save up. But we're also willing to forego the formality of the legality of the marriage. And this is not fornication, Christians, right? Well, what is fornication, you may ask? Well, it's not unlawful, carnal, right? Or immoral, right? See, you're judging under condemnation for people who might not can afford to get legally married yet, right? It's kind of like I told you, even a king can't let his men, if you're English and the other people are Scottish, have sex with the Scottish men's wives, like in the movie Braveheart, and be a good king, right? That's worse than what David did. He just, took one man's wife, I know. Then you're trying to make all the men that are Scottish have to deal with having sex with their wives by an English lord first, right? And that's totally a bullshit law. Excuse my French there, YouTube, but you know what I mean. That's crap, fucked up, whatever you want to call it, right? Messed up, right? There's several words for it. And no king who's a good king would ever make that law. But if someone really did in the past, right, if that's based on a real story, right, that's messed up, right? Exactly. Now, I remember him, like I said, from other movies, but it's what it is also for his age, right? And the way he's combing it, right, I don't know, right? But like I told you, some people just shave it off, right? It might grow back, I don't know. But again, right, when you do something for a role like The Rock, that's no big deal. Though we know he's wearing a wig, come on. Right? Or did your hair really grow out that long? I mean, that's the question, right? Now I know men who wear wigs and women. Especially of African descent. Nothing personal towards Jada Pinkett or Chris Rock or Will Smith, right? Either. Now that's just taking current things that happened a while back, right? And making the same point about wigs or this or that or the other, and saying even men can wear wigs. Ted Danson, for example, is rumored to have hair issues and may have wore a wig. I don't know, right? I can't tell when I'm watching TV he's wearing a wig. But I heard he was. Okay. I didn't know that. I can't tell. Can you? Right. I couldn't. No, I didn't know, right? Well, it was a good wig job then. I mean, that's all you can say, right? Exactly. Or Woody Harrelson, maybe. I don't know. I've seen him in roles with hair and without hair, so I don't know. That's all right, too, right? He's a good actor, too, He busts his shots for his roles and all that, right? But I never personally said nothing to The Rock personally. I only did it on the channel to make a point about when he shot Hercules the Trojan Wars that he probably wore a wig. I never said nothing to The Rock, dumbass. At all. I said it on the channel, right? Someone would have to clip it and send it to him like a jerk and make it a big deal. Because she never would make it a big deal, even for Warwick, right? I know. Exactly. But that's sabotage, right? Maybe they're worried that, look, I don't know. But I'm not lying if he's wearing a wig. It's again like with Johnny dating Lynn, like I told you before. Are you really dating her? No. See, it's a rumor if you're not dating her. You can be a little mad at that. But if you're dating her, right? You're dating her, and someone told Shane, you mean he told someone else, you got mad about that? Why? That's not spreading a rumor you're dating her. You're really dating her. Now, if you wanted to fight Shane again, challenging him to fight like a real man, then that's just bullshit, right? If you want to fight him, right? Like a man. Otherwise, he don't even know what's going on or how serious you are or why you want to beat him up over that, right? And no one wants to get beat up. Or to have to hurt you, right? If you attack him for no reason, then that's, again, a bullshit reason, right? Excuse my French there again, YouTube, right? It's stupid. It's moronic. It's idiotic. It's just someone wanting to beat someone up because when they were sparring at his home after he met David Maddox or David Pelham, right, whoever, right? You know? And she got a few points on him, right? Because by then he was a little bit better, like he told you, right? And may have put a few little red marks on him, but that's all, right? And he don't go bragging about that either. No. It's just sparring to Shane, right? He's not trying to hurt you, but you came in and did that, and the other. Well, that's because when me and David met, I wasn't even a white belt. Right, we just started the karate, right? By the time Johnny's getting involved, I'm a green belt, maybe at least, right? About to get my green belt with 2 stripes, and then after that was blue, and right, and you get them periodically. It's usually 3 months for each belt, right? For white is 3 months as a white belt, and then 3 months as a yellow belt, and then so many months as a green belt, and right, so on and so forth, right? Until you get up to blue, right? I was at least to blue. And learning all the things Cliff was teaching me too, right? And like I told you, the rumor I heard around town that no one really said to Cliff himself, you know what I mean, was that he liked little girls. I don't know it's true. I know. Never said I did. No. And when you're attacking me on YouTube, that's what I'm trying to show you. I don't know what these idiots are saying, but I even heard a rumor you were gay, but I was the one, pedophile with little girls yourself, but I never spread the rumor. I just heard the rumor, right? But again, now I'm talking about it as an adult to another adult and trying to explain it to you, but there again, someone's attacking me on YouTube and they're going all over the place, right? 1 minute I'm gay, 1 minute I'm a pedophile, 1 minute I'm this, 1 minute I'm that, right? Well, A, you don't know I'm sleeping with anyone, right? If I'm sleeping with no one, I'm just waiting for the right woman, right? And none of that's about, anything you're saying. Especially sex with children or another male. Mm-hmm. Though if I'm how old? Over 18, right? At least, right? Legally, if I was gay, I'm not. But if I was gay, there's nothing that can stop me from sleeping with a guy. Mm-hmm. But guess what? You're not into that. I'm not into that at all. Not because of homophobia. Mm-hmm. But because when I was raised, I like girls more than boys, actually, right? Hands down. I had a girlfriend in the 3rd grade. Now, raise your hands. How many of you actually had a girlfriend you would kiss by the 3rd grade? 0? Probably. Well, I had a girlfriend I would kiss them, right? Before grade school. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like little girls. I like little girls. In a sexual way for a little boy. Now, the thing is, I only knew to kiss him. I didn't know anything else. Right? I'm still prepubescent, right? Right. But, you know the little fairy tale they tell you? Shane and somebody sitting in the tree. Kissing, right? And first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Shane with the baby carriage, right? Remember that little nursery rhyme they tell you? When you like the little girl and the crazy boys didn't? I know. They would pick on you with that little nursery rhyme. They would. If you like the little girl. I like little girls, right? So how do I know it? They were saying it to you. Yes. Because you like little girls. I like little girls that kiss little girls. Kiss the good. I was down for that. And when I was older, I wanted to learn the girls. But not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. In a loving way. How a woman wants to be touched. And I went to a prostitute to learn how. Much like Samson, much like Hosea. Right? I know. But see, here's the question, all right? You've heard one of the reverends recently, Jerry Falwell or somebody, right? Had a man have sex with his wife. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? I don't know. Kinky sex? That's also his marriage, right? Is it consensual, right? You know what I mean? Are the both parties aware of the situation? All three, right? If you feel comfortable watching another man have sex with your wife, right? Again, and you are all three in on that. That still, judge not, lest ye be judged. Now, rape, though, like with the other Jimmy, right? The PTL Club scandal, right? She was a virgin. She did not want to get roofied and raped. No. The difference is, right, consent, right? Okay, if you consent to an orgy or you're in a porno, I'm not to judge you, right? It's consensual sex between two actors, male and female or whatever, right? You're into, even two males, right? You're getting paid to do a job for a particular company, right? If you're into that kind of sex, right? Exactly. Now, if I was to be in the porno industry, hypothetically, you can't try to steer me into the gay porn, right? I ain't gonna do that, right? First, right? I'll do straight porn, right? I don't know, but not gay porn, right? Choice. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, right? I'm not planning on going into the porn industry anytime soon either, right? God. So I know what to do with a woman, right? And me and my wife, if we wanted to shoot a personal private video, good. And if we break up and she wants it back, I gotta give it to her. Why? It's both of us. And we broke up, right? Now, that don't mean I don't remember shooting the video with her. That memory is gonna always be there too, right? But if she wants the video back, and we break up, I gotta give it back to her, right? We're both on there. That's privacy issues, right? Of hers and mine. I can't post it on the video's X-rated chat site to brag of my having sex with her if we're breaking up anymore. Now, that don't mean I can't talk about it, right? And say what we did in the video. That, again, is my right to tell or not tell, right? If I'm confessing it, honey, right, because you're acting like there was something wrong with it yourself, right, you're making me confess it like it was a sin, and that's so we can repent of it together, right? If I made a mistake, the mistake was I didn't know how far you wanted me to go the first time we had that kind of close encounter, right? You didn't say you wanted oral sex only, and I went all the way with you thinking that's what you wanted, right? You also didn't tell me you were waiting for marriage, and not all Christians do, right? Some do, some don't, right? What do you think? The prodigal son is a man raised in the church, technically. The father is who? A representation of who? God. The mother ain't even in the story, but you need two to have a son and son, right? Two brothers, right? But you know that's how they view him, almost as a father, only with no mother, right? Well, you can't do that with no human being, right? We're heaven and earth, right? Male and female, right? And that's why marriage is traditionally male and female, but it don't say they can't marry in the gay union either. In fact, it says it's better to marry than burn, even for gay people. Right? You understand? And marriage is honorable in all. Anyone who gets married, if you're committed to your partner, even Ellen and Portia, like I told you, right? But I don't know Ellen or Portia, right? I've never met either woman, right? Now, like I asked you, what do you think? Portia left California, came to Georgia, fucked Shane, and go back to California? And only her and Ellen know? And not Shane? Yeah. Exactly. Then someone stalked me to the house, Portia, and blacked me out after you left. Who would that be, Ellen? I don't know. I don't know. Now, here's how it would play at their house, though, while I'm talking about it, right? And trying to respect their marriage. Ellen gets jealous and starts writing Portia about wanting to fuck me or something. Excuse my French there again, right? And starts harassing her about it. Mm-hmm. Till it gets so bad, Portia says, fuck it. I'm gonna go fuck you. She comes here to Georgia, fucks me, and leaves, right? But then Ellen stalks her here, blacks me out after she leaves, and I don't even know I was with Portia. That's the only way that could happen. And me not remember it, too, right? Or it didn't happen at all, see what I mean, too, right? I don't know. I'm making it up, right? Just like the stepdaughter think I'm making it up. And I should be, I hope. I do. I don't know this happened either, right? But I'm also not home with Ellen, right? But I have heard of this thing happening in marriages before. The husband gets belligerent with the wife, or the wife gets tired of being ignored by the husband, or he's not bringing her flowers anymore. Remember that old song? You don't bring me flowers anymore. Nope. Right. Right. You quit bringing her flowers, you quit being all lovey-dovey. That's another one, right? Sometimes you're lovey-dovey towards me, and then you ain't gotta do shit. And what happened there now, right? I'm still your woman, right? We on good terms, right? Right. But you know what I mean about a relationship, right? Usually it starts with someone accusing someone of sex, right? Even if they're not having the sex, they're accusing them, right? Now, like I told you even about Maria and Matt, I don't know the nature of their relationship other than their boyfriend and girlfriend, but only if Matt's so upset with it, or Maria's saying I want sex with her and I keep telling her I don't, right? Unless you're having problems with Matt, right? And then you have to come over here because I ain't going to go to his house to have sex with you. At least respect him that much. If you know what I mean. Right? If you're going to creep out on him, creep out on him. But I don't even know. Right. And that's, again, hypothetical. Made up. I'm not saying it really happened. As far as I know, I'm living alone, sleeping alone, right? And unless you black me out every time I have sex, the last two times I know something happened, right? With two different girls, the Comcast girl and the girl in the Netherlands, right? An hour was lost with her, right? And she acted like she was of age, so I don't know what happened. Okay, if you're of age, guess what? You can have sex with her. I don't have to qualify her to work there. The manager does. The owner of the store does, right? He has to have her paperwork, so whether she's 15 or 37, right, she can work there, right? Now, if the girl is 15, right, why would she lie she's 37? Right. Is he doing something illegal? Yes. If he didn't have her apprenticeship form signed up, I mean, I don't know. See, I'm just technically getting my nails done. I don't always lose an hour every time I do it either, just that one store, huh? Right. And then he's acting weird when I come back in again, right? And he does my nails like I want sex with every girl in the damn store, right? When I probably told him, no, I would just want sex with her, but what's going on, right? I know me. I am looking for how many Asian girls? Two or one. I was thought one, right? Now I know two is better than one, right? You know, always. If I'm disabled, that's up to the two girls, though, and I wouldn't trick them, right? Or lie to them, right? Or have sex with them all in a row. I don't know to do that. Right? I'm not playing Solomon, right? Trying to get me a harem of women. Even if I did, I don't think it would be more than 9, right? Just saying, right? There would be a cutoff there, right? One of each nationality. How about that? Who would mind that, right? If you're a guy and heterosexual. But like I told you, if you start going gay, what happens to the women who want the baby? They can't have a baby and they use a sperm donor, right? That might mean technically one man has to take up the slack, right? Of the other men not being into women, right? Right. That's not cheating on you, ladies. That's taking up the slack, right? If you know what I mean, right? Well, here's the problem if 144,000 Jewish men go celibate, like John is suggesting in Revelations, right? I guess that's what he means, huh? Right. Well, what about the 144,000 wives, John? Right? We were paired how from the beginning, John, male and female. Why did you say olive tree and candlestick about the two witnesses and really create 4? 2 olive trees and 2 candlesticks is 4, right? Or did you forget your own revelation, right? Been 2,000 years, brother. I understand if you're not sure if you even remember it. So I'm talking to the spirit more than to the man itself, at least, because he wrote it, right? We believe, right? That's John the Divine. 2 books bear someone's name, right? And we know he wrote it. John the Beloved, right? And John the Divine, right? Those 2 books we know who wrote, and the letters of Paul, were attributed to the Apostle Paul, but he had a scribe, he had vision problems, remember? Right? They think that was the thorn in the side anyway, not being with Timothy. Sorry, gay people, but yeah. Now, again, we do know David and Jonathan had a love better than that of a woman. Right? I don't know about David now. I can't say about that man. What he did or didn't do. He wasn't always keen on following the law either, right? I don't know. But you can't condemn him if him and Jonathan did, right? It's kind of like, who's on top? Who's on top? It is better to give than receive, said the Apostle Paul, right? Between 2 men, right? Even an Egyptian metaphor about Horus and Set. Set is trying to put his seed in Horus, right? And Horus ejaculates on his thieves. God damn. I'm sorry, this is crazy shit. And you know it, right? I mean, come on, right? Extravaganza, right? And it's about bad language, quote unquote. I know. or modern usage of other words. Human waste can now be called shit. Why? It's just some human intestinal turds, right? See, I'm making an acronym too. That's my idea. You can't steal some human intestinal turds. That's my idea. See? It also makes it an acronym. Some human intestinal turds. Shit. What it means, like fuck, fornication, unlawful carnal knowledge, right? But when you call it okay, if to the people involved it's not it's not, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, right? It also comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God, but the word of God also says by faith you can eat meat or vegetables, right? Or even vegetables or only meat, right? But whatever you do, it must be by faith, right? Or you're sinning, right? If you're trying to find a wife by faith, it's not by sight. It's not by sight, but you're looking for a wife if you're heterosexual, right? Too. Not a husband if you're gay, right? Or again, another wife if you're a woman, right? But I learned not to judge all that either. I didn't always know that was the problem, right? Myself either, right? But it don't mean you get to rape men into it or stuff like that either, right? Like I said, there's a thin line between trying to be in a relationship with a man, being married to a woman, and then having sex with men, and all that details. That's